前、地獄を信じるか。それもいいだろう。
Just give me a reason to keep my heart beating. Don't worry, it's safe right here in my arms. As the world falls apart around us, all we can do is hold on, hold on.
What's up, guys? This is DT Ninja here to bring you my Ruroken Restoration review. Yes, guys, this is going to be chapters 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I got a lot to share with you guys today. And before we get into that, I wanted to share a little bit about the movie, the anticipated Rurouni Kenshin live action movie number 2, Kyoto Taika Hen, Kyoto the Inferno. Yo, I got to see it last night, and my God, this movie was incredible. Oh my gosh, like, oh my gosh, it was just amazing. Like, the characters portrayed in this movie, the way the things progress, the progression, the fighting, the acting, just so many aspects of this anime and manga that I've grown up with, I just absolutely loved. For one thing, the beginning, oh my gosh, the beginning. If you guys probably saw it before my intro, but at the beginning, I don't want to spoil it, but like there's this message that Shishio gets across, and it's just, I love it because it incorporates his character, because, we see him say this in the anime, and the way it is said is just, it's so profound. It's like, whoa, like, he is Shishio. Like, there's no question that Tetsuya can play Shishio. I mean, Tetsuya was, Light from Death Note. If you guys didn't know that, yeah, Shishio, he plays Shishio Makoto, like, really well. I don't want to get too much into details because I'm going to do a review soon, probably in a few days. Aoshi Shinomori, he was not in the last movie. He is in this movie, and my God, he makes a statement. I can tell you this. Some of his fighting scenes, wow. Not even just his fighting scenes. I really like his actor for Aoshi. So yeah, definitely check out Kyoto Taika Hen, Kyoto Inferno. Takeru Sato plays Kenshin like a master. I mean, just his quotes, he handles them so well. Yeah, anyway, this was only part 1, so part 2 will be The Legend Ends, and I really cannot wait for that because, the DVD just is coming out this weekend, so I think Friday the DVD for Taika Hen comes out, so I believe Legend Ends will come out soon too, so yes. Definitely check out my review coming soon. So let's get into the review. Chapter 4, if you guys have been following me, is not a lot happening, okay? I wrote some notes down, and I've obviously got the volume, so we're going to go right into it. But yeah, Kenshin and Saito meet again, okay? We just had this flashback of them in the Revolution, and we had this freaking awesome fight, we saw it, I did my last review, it was a while ago, right? But yeah, and then, they're at the Akabeko, right? And Kenshin goes off on his, with Saito while they're at the Akabeko. And I like this dynamic where Kenshin and Saito are talking, and then you have Kaoru and, Sano talking, and then that leaves Yahiko alone eating in the Akabeko, and that leaves a little room for, Tsubame to enter, and now we have this dynamic of two people, in each panel. So I like how that was handled, and also there's this point where Sano tells he tells Kaoru, you can't just keep, digging into his past. You are not, a killer like Kenshin was. You're not going to be able to understand him as well as you think. If you keep digging into his past, you're going to regret it. And the same thing that Saito says. He says, if you think you can be a wanderer and just walk around with a smile on your face, then you have another thing coming, because, those bodies are going to start piling up, in your head, and you're going to remember that you were a Hitokiri, you were the Batosai. You'll always be the Batosai. And I really like how Watsuki did that, He has these two characters talking to each other, and you have Kaoru and Sano, and then Sano mentions the Seki Hotai before that, which was awesome. I like that part too. So there's not a lot going on, but at the same time, it was really powerful. That was one thing I liked about it. And then the end of chapter 4, guys. I have to go into this because this was incredible, guys. The end of chapter 4, we get Jinei Udo. Jinei Udo enters in the end of chapter 4. My gosh, yes. And not only does he enter, he just enters and, decapitates his own, the people that are working for Kanryu. He decapitates them. He's like, oh, you're number 4, you're number 5, you're number 6, and he just starts taking heads. Look at this. He just starts taking heads. So, we get this entrance of, this malevolent, this crazy killer. This is the insane character, right? Jinei Udo. But I like his character in this adaptation because it's so well done. Because it's portraying his true nature. He just loves pain, he loves killing, and he loves fighting. He just loves the thrill of fighting, and I like that about him. Okay, so chapter 5, we have Kenshin and Kaoru's date. Okay, now when I say Kaoru's date, what I mean is this part, okay? Kenshin and Kaoru, they are, Kaoru basically asks Kenshin, can you come with me? Let's go together to the dojo, because the Kamiya dojo is, not exactly the place where they practice their kendo, their kenjutsu. They actually practice at another dojo to make money. So she asks him to go somewhere with them, and he agrees. So then that leaves everyone else to go off on their own. So Yahiko's with Tsubame. So then you get this vibe between them two, and we have samurai families connecting here, so that's quite interesting. We get the two young kids talking to each other, so I thought that was really cool. Alright guys, so the end of the chapter, we have this Kanryu, the dealer, underground dealers, and this was kind of Yahiko's employer, Yahiko worked for him under the table, he earned this money. That is why he's going to the Akobeko so much now, and Kanryu is trying to, con him into giving him something for money in return. So he wants something valuable, and he's making a threat to him. He's like, if you don't give me what I want, I'm going to, attack the Akabeko, and do harm to, that girl and, her family. So he's like making a threat to him. So yeah, you see it right here, Kanryu's right here, and this is where he's making the threat. They're working with their students, and then on the way home, okay, it's kind of moonlit. It's a moonlit night. You see the beautiful moon out, and then they're walking across this bridge, and they kind of stop. They kind of stop, and they both smile. And then the lights are really bright, and we see Kaoru here. They're both smiling, and then all of a sudden, Kenshin just says, he says, the truth. will never change. The truth will never change. I will always be a killer. I will always be a killer. So he says this, and Kaoru is really like, whoa, like where is this coming from, you know? And he's talking about his, you see the cross on his, you know, the scar, and then you see the two swords here. So he's talking about a little bit about his past, about his, you know, his own, you know, his own struggles within. Okay, let's move on. We have, you know, more at the Akabeko. You have Yahiko and Kanryu still talking about their deal, and you know, we have Tsubame giving them the food, and they're still talking, and then you get this malevolent look by Kanryu where he's like conning him into, you know, giving him what he wants. And you got Sano and Kenshin outside, and this is when the new dynamic shows up, you know, of the new characters introduced. Okay, we have Gain and Inui. Gain and Inui are from the Genshu arc, okay? So Kanryu has these two fighters come and attack the Akabeko. Well, basically, now it's the Kamiya Dojo, right? Because the Akabeko was earlier. But now they're going to attack where the people are at the Kamiya Dojo. So, you know, Sano, you know, Kenshin, they're going to attack those two guys. And, you know, the whole point of this is it's a ruse. It's a ruse because they want to leave, you know, Jine Udo out of the equation. Because this guy's a maniac. They want him to deal with the Batosai, but the way he's going to do it is take Kaoru. Okay, he wants to kidnap Kaoru and make him remember why he was the Hitokiri. Okay, now I like the way this is done because towards the end, we have you know, we have Kaoru. She's here and she's like in fear, you know, of him, and then you see the mark on his hand. This is what Kenshin did to him. He cut a hole in his freaking palms. Both of his palms have a hole in it because Kenshin stuck his sword through his hands. Okay, so this is kind of like a reminder of what Kenshin did to him. And I like the way that Watsuki is making this his strength, because he actually puts the sword through the palm as if it does nothing, you know? So you can actually see it right here. Does a Shino Ippo-like attack, and, you know, she is paralyzed. Okay, but I did like how she actually attacked him, you know? She didn't just, you know, fall down and there's nothing. So she actually attacks him, and he uses this really crazy technique. I mean, look at that. He turns into like a skeleton. I guess that's like his, you know, his swordsman spirit or whatever. But like, it turns her body paralyzed. You know, her body is paralyzed now. So she is pretty in deep trouble, right? You know, and then we see Udo with his sword through his palm. You know, that is really cool. I like that. Anyway, you can see the Futai no Kiwami here. Sano's fighting Inui. I mean, look at this. Sano's got, like, bruising on his hands because he's smashing into metal. Obviously, it can break through wood, but not metal. So, yeah, he's having a really hard time. He's racing. And then we see the entrance of Saito Hajime. Yes, Saito Hajime enters the battle, you know, and he draws his sword. So you know Gain is going to be fighting Saito. We have Kanryu, you know, he is still, you know, fighting with Yahiko. So Yahiko is actually retaliating now. So now we have this dynamic where Yahiko is going to attack Kanryu. So what is going to happen in the next chapters, guys? I can tell you this. The next chapters are going to be epic because Kaoru, you know, is kidnapped, and now Kenshin is going to go off and fight Jine. This fight, I will tell you, it is so much better in this version. It is so much better. And that is saying a lot because it was awesome in the original. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my review, and as always have an awesome day.